Oh, we can be friends again someday. I gotta stop at Tommy's for some pastrami on the way out of town, man. Hi, this is Martin Sexton, and I am at Wolfgang's Vault. You could be walking down the street one day and forget to look the other way. Suddenly everything you ever had comes within 2 inches of a taxi cab. There comes a time you gotta ask yourself, where am I going? What have I done? Are you living the life that you always dreamed of? Giving the time to the ones who make you smile, making this world worthwhile? Are you taking the chances you've been given, or just barely getting by? I think it's how we try. We're living the life. A corporate lawyer in a pinstripe suit. He's got a corner office, he's making all kinds of loot, yeah. He just decided he's had enough one day. He pulls off his tie and walks away. Everybody's got their little voice, and the dreams we all had as girls and boys. Are you living the life that you always dreamed of? Giving the time to the ones who make you smile, making your world worthwhile? Are you taking the orders you've been given, or barely getting by? I think it's time we try. Are we living the life? Oh, who made all these rules anyway? Oh, they playing us for fools, but some of us break free, don't we? When you grow up, what will you be? Yeah. Oh, I know. Are you living the life that you always dreamed of? Giving the time to the ones who make you smile, making this world worthwhile? Are you taking the orders you've been given, or are you breaking the rules, kicking ass? Yeah. Oh. Oh, thank you. Sweet. What a cool gig. Just chilling out here in the living room. Just playing some tunes here off of my new record. The record's called Sugarcoating. And here's a song. I was kind of on the outs with my son. He's grown up now, and we weren't seeing eye to eye for a few months. We weren't talking. And luckily everything's cool now, but at that time it was kind of a painful process to go through, and so this song came out of it. And that's a cool thing about hard things you go through in life. Sometimes some good things come out of it, and this is the good thing that came out of this troubled time, is this song called Friends Again. There's a wall gone up between us, 10 feet tall and 10 feet wide. We can hear each other screaming, we can't see the other side. There'll be no getting over, there'll be no breaking through, until you can accept my hand when I reach out to you. I can't tell you how to live your life, I can't turn you into me. I can't roll a rock back up that hill, I ain't got the energy. Call me up when you get tired of pushing me away. I just hope we can be friends again someday. You can lead a horse to water, you can't push him in. I'm tired of fighting battles, neither one will ever win. The armor's getting heavy and the quills have lost their point. Won't you meet me for an orange soda down at Tommy's joint? I can't teach you how to chase your dreams, can't make the sun shine through the rain cloud you drag around. I'll leave that up to you. My love for you is oceans wide, and that's all I wanna say. And I hope we can be friends again someday. Oh, what do you say? Chili dogs and milkshakes down at the Little Jam, fishing off the dock, talking politics till 3 a.m. Long drives to the countryside, afternoons that never end. It's all right here if we could just be friends again. Oh, friends again, yeah. I know I can't change anyone, I can only change myself. But when the tidal wave of life rolls in, I can only offer help. I don't know, some kind of compromise. Maybe we could meet halfway. I just hope we can be friends again. I pray we can be friends again. I know we can be friends again someday. Friends again. Friends again. Friends again. Thank you. Cool. Alrighty. Here's a tune about meeting my lovely wife back there in New York City, and it's called Boom Shaboom. It goes like this. And then my baby at the Fast Club underneath the Time Cafe at the corner of Lafayette and 4th Street late Wednesday. She offered me a red stripe. I said, baby, not a chance. I could go for a tall, cool ginger ale, but how about we just dance, yeah. We did the boom shaboom, the do I did it, the mocha chocolate and the nitty gritty. We did the hoochie coo, the king of Bohemia. Baby, make me feel like I'm a king of the world, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, I asked her for my number. She said, here's my phone at work. I put 2 and 2 together. Dang, she probably with some jerk. 2 summers later on the vineyard, there came another opportunity. She came all that way just to see me play, but I was with sweet Lisa Marie. It took so many months of waiting. Finally come next spring, we were free and clear and good to go. And hot dang, we did our thing, yeah. We did the boom shaboom, the rumble in the jungle, the who knows who and the haystack tumble, the voulez-vous, the moaner and the screamer. Baby, make me feel like I'm a California dreamer, yeah. Woo-hoo, yeah. Oh yeah, you should do. Woo-hoo, yeah. Now it's all these years later, and we're still going strong. My friends, they keep on grilling me, how do you last so long? We raised us a family, and we still love to kiss, but the boom shaboom and the do-I-diddy is a secret to our bliss, hey. We did the boom shaboom and the do-I-diddy, the mocha chocolate and the nitty gritty. We did the hoochie coo, the lazy ballerina. Baby, make me feel like she's the girl from Ipanema, yeah. All that crazy stuff. A boom shaboom, baby, make me crazy. Sugar, I love you, yeah. Baby, boom shaboo, ooh, hey, hey. sugar I do. Here comes. Yeah, yeah. Hey, boom, shaboom. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Angie with Crawdaddy Magazine, and I'm sitting here with Martin Sexton, who just did a vault session for us. So talk a little bit about the new record, Sugarcoating. That's your newest album of material.
Sugarcoating. I recorded it in Boston, and it's a collection of songs from the last probably year and a half of my life, and it's kind of like a family album. It's got some song about my wife and my son and my daughter, and some sort of more social conscious kind of songs as well that touch on all kinds of things and things that I've been reading and learning over the past few years. And it was a lot of fun to make. We recorded it live off the floor in the studio, and I think it's I like it.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take for you to put that record together, the songs? And
well, the song, it's funny, this was the quickest record I ever made. I wrote all the songs with a friend of mine, Dan McKenzie, up in the Adirondack Mountains. Most of it on a boat. We were out on a boat in the middle of lakes fishing while we wrote. It was really cool.
Open space.
Yeah,
probably
very hip.
Lends well to that.
And we wrote all like 13 songs in like a week, which is that's a world record for me. And then we recorded it in like 2 weeks, like from soup to nuts, from basics to what little overdubs we had, because it's pretty much live. And the mix and the mastering all kind of happened within 2 weeks.
Wow.
So it's kind of old school. Just kind of banged it out. And
that had been, you hadn't done a record for a couple years prior to that.
Yeah, I think about 2 years, yep. I kind of do it every two years, I guess.
And then tour. You're touring on this record this fall. Do you have any other plans for the fall? Getting back into like the studio at any point, or
some cool things this fall. I've been invited to sing on the 30th annual. It was 30. I can't believe it's been 30 years since John Lennon passed away, and I guess that I'm going to play on the 30th annual John Lennon tribute concert in New York City.
Oh, cool.
That'll be really cool, and I'm going to sing Working Class Hero.
Nice.
So that's kind of a highlight, because he was probably my biggest hero.
And what a song. I mean, of the entire catalog, that's a good one. Are you doing it by yourself, or is it?
Yeah, I'll do it solo, kind of like he did, you know. It's not one that I've ever really played, but it's one that I think is most relevant, I think, today.
Mm-hmm. And you've been playing some festivals. You played Bonnaroo this year and just did the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival. You're playing Austin City Limits.
Yeah.
How do you feel that your music, I mean, do you prefer playing those big stages to reach a wider audience, or do you kind of prefer more intimate spaces?
I love both. It's funny, but whether I'm in front of freaking 5,000 or 10,000 people at a Bonnaroo or a Hardly Strictly or Jazz Fest in New Orleans, or, at a club in, Knitting Factory in Reno, Nevada or something, it all seems to work, I played yesterday and I'm outside and it's just me and my guitar this tour. I'm solo this tour. And those people, it was like we were in the living room, just like right here. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's beautiful. The energy just becomes this two-way street of energy receiving and giving, and it takes on a life bigger than itself. I had 10,000 people singing in 3-part harmony yesterday, and it just, that's what music is for, I think, is to bring people together, to forget about left or right or red or blue or all that crap, and realize that we're all the same, really. We're all, whether you vote this way or I vote that way, or you're black or I'm white, or you're gay or I'm straight or whatever. We're all bleed red. We all love our kids. We all need water and food. We all enjoy things like, our country, like our Constitution. I think whether you're a radical NRA guy or a lefty hippie, you can both groove on the fact that we have a Constitution and we have rights as humans. And that's what my mission is to to bring people together. And I'm doing it because I look out and I see black folks and white folks and, more conservative looking older folks and younger hippies all singing in 3-part harmony. And that's unity is what I'm going for.
And that keeps you going, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Those sort of experiences. So you got your start busking in Boston.
Yeah.
And then you sold 20,000 copies of your debut record during that period. Can you speak a little bit about those origins and?
Man, I started back in the early 90s. I didn't know. I knew I wanted to do music, and I knew I could sing and play, but didn't really have any songs. And I tried getting gigs in clubs, and finally I saw these people singing in the street in the subway, and they were really good. And I thought I could do that, but I just procrastinated, and finally I got fired from my last job and working in a cafe. And I said, this is my kick in the ass. I got to go out there. I went in Harvard Square and started playing, and people gathered around and were dropping dollar bills in my case, and I was totally inspired. I thought, holy man, I'll never have to have a day gig again, man. And I just went from there to playing in little clubs, and then kind of worked my way, getting opening slots for people and touring around America. And it's grown into, a beautiful career where I can play in England or Australia or Canada or US or just about anywhere. And people will come and pay money to hear me sing. And that's like a dream come true.
And so organic, too.
Yeah.
Kind of major in terms for it.
Yeah. I'm an organic music farmer. Mm-hmm. That's what I am. I go out and plant seeds. Tagline. Yeah. Then I go out and harvest them in and plant some more seeds and harvest them in.
In 2002, after being on Atlantic, you decided to start your own record label. What made you decide to want to do that?
Well, I had a good run with Atlantic. I did a couple albums, and they were cool. They let me produce my own stuff, and no horror stories. But I just knew I could obtain what I was getting without the big machinery of a big corporation. So I said, can I get out of this deal? And they let me out of the deal. And I imagine I very well could have been dropped after the next record anyway, because after that time, all the axe came down at a bunch of major labels, as I recall, about 8 years ago. And but I put out this double live record, and that was what funded my little imprint, KTR.
Kitchen Table Records.
Kitchen Table Records. And I named it Kitchen Table because everything in my life, I don't know about your life, but seems to happen at the kitchen table. Whether it's, I don't know, ideas or nutrition or just that late night cup of coffee, trying to comfort a friend, or anything from conceiving a baby. You know what I mean? Like, happens at the kitchen table in my life.
That's a great theme behind it.
Yeah.
Label. That's great.
So I figured I'll name my label Kitchen Table. And it's been a great ride ever since, because it's such a cool time to be independent. It's so there's so many avenues available now that just weren't there a decade ago. And as a result, I'm selling more records and more tickets and everything than I ever did as a major label guy.
Mm-hmm. You based that in Boston as well?
Yeah, well, it's based in the western part of Massachusetts. I was in Boston for a while, but I moved out to Northampton. Great town, great music town. Mm-hmm. Everybody plays there. Took my daughters to see James Brown right before he died. And it's got a good flow. It's kind of like a mini Boulder.
Cool. You're heralded for, among many other things, your vocal range and your voice. What are some of your your favorite singers that you've been influenced by?
I used to listen to in Syracuse, where I grew up. There was the university had a jazz station, so I got all this jazz music influence, like not old jazz, but like contemporary jazz. So I heard guys like Harry Connick Jr. and El Jarreau and Mel Torme, and all those just great singers. And even before that, I would just run home from grammar school every day to listen to Stevie Wonder. I kind of wish I still had this appetite for music. I don't quite have it anymore, but when I was a kid, I would literally like run up to the attic to play Stevie Wonder records, and just open the album up and just use the lyrics to sing along. And that Stevie Wonder is probably my biggest vocal influence, as well as a few billion other people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see him at Bonnaroo. That was a real sweet treat.
Nice. I read that you beatbox. Did you teach yourself to beatbox? I'm really curious about how one learns to beatbox.
Yeah, well, you just, as a street singer, I think, I didn't have a drummer with me or a bass player, so I had to do everything myself. So I had, necessity is the mother of invention. Just whatever kind of thing to, mix it up a little. I'll do a bass solo, or I'll do a drum thing, or a trumpet solo, or whatever. And
cool.
Yeah, I like it's a good place to begin, is on the street, because you're just wide open.
And you're so totally self-reliant. You have to do it all yourself.
Yeah.
Did you ever play with like a kick drum or anything, or just with a guitar?
Just the guitar.
And the voice.
Mm-hmm.
You're also one of 14 children in your family.
Yeah. Well, there's 14 people.
Okay.
And including my folks, that's 14. So there's 12 kids, and I was the 10th of 12, which is probably why I'm always messing with people. My tour manager, will have, some Brazil nut thrown at his head or something from the balcony at soundcheck, or there'll always be some wacky thing happening at my show with my crew. They'll always get some surprise.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that's lent itself to your kind of evolution as a musician, like your family life?
I think it's there's a certain joy, I think, in my music, because I feel very joyful when I sing, and I feel very sorrowful too. And I think just all that human emotion is so universal that people can easily latch onto it and easily connect with it. And I forgot the question.
Growing up with a large family, how childhood influences your music today. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Being around a lot of personalities.
I definitely do a lot of weird things. And I think being one of 12 kids, it all started back then, being one of 12, I imagine one would have to do wacky things, mischievous things to get attention.
Right.
So I think I probably became pretty good at getting attention as a kid, whether I was, rolling the stroller down the long driveway into the street, or overflowing the bathtub, or who knows what, or doing, and later, discovered, things like fire and drugs and alcohol and BB guns.
All the things that make a musician.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I used
spices.
So, I got in a lot of trouble, shooting windows out of cars and things. Just bows and arrows was not good for me,
I don't think any child
in gym class we had archery, and that was not cool, because I actually got in some pretty bad trouble. No one was hurt, of course, but
right.
Damage was done, and police were involved. So, but
I bet, yeah. Did you taught yourself to play guitar?
Yeah, pretty much. I had a Mel Bay chord book, and I would learn the chords, and then listen to Beatle records and Led Zeppelin records, and that's pretty much my background of guitar playing. Is my heroes are Jimmy Page and Jimi Hendrix and Peter Frampton, all the greats.
I read something that Peter Frampton said about you. I guess he knows you well and got to do something with you?
Yeah, I love my job, because dreams come true on a daily basis. And as a kid, I put the headphones on, and I would sneak up to the attic to listen to my older brother's records, and he had Frampton Comes Alive. And I was like 5 years old, and I would hear that, that Do You Feel Like We Do? And the crowd would go, and I was just like, wow, that's what lit my fire I want to do this. And so later on in life, to be invited to play that tune with Peter Frampton at the Jammy Awards in Madison Square Garden, wow, what could be cooler than that, man? So I played it with him, and it was very cool. And that kind of stuff happens, I get to work with guys who influenced me, like whether it was having a guy like Tony Levin playing bass on my Wonderbar record that I was producing. Like, it's just not right. Here I am asking Tony Levin to try this idea out. And like, this is the guy who played with John Lennon and King Crimson and Peter Gabriel, and like, just awesome.
You made quite a career for yourself.
It's
on
wonderful.
Your terms too. I mean,
yeah. I get to. I'm beholden to no one. No one's pressuring me to write a hit, or no one's saying you can't say that on this record. No one's. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's great. I think that's all I have. Unless you want to add anything else about your record, your tour.
Yeah.
Come see and play.
Just having a lot of fun out here on the road, working it, and enjoying my family. I really think family is important, and I love coming home to them, and I miss them being out here on the road.
Sure. Well, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to talk to you.
My pleasure.
I think that's it.
Cool.